Sorry, sir. Sorry. Okay, sorry. Sound problem is there. Okay. Thank you for coming and giving a reason to so many faces to smile. It means a lot for us. Today moment is special for us and we all are gathered for the day to make more important. I am very happy to share with you, sir, the success of today's program is the unconditional efforts of our zoology department. The most important persons are our pillar of department, respected Dr. Tade sir, Dr. Devarkar sir, Dr. Chede sir, Mr. Kalyankar sir, to bring together expert minds full of varied ideas. And because of only them, we, Department of Zoology, GS Gamde College, Umarkhed, has organized 5 guest lecture of highly esteemed stalwarts like Dr. Nitin Raut sir, Dr. Pankaj Chaudhary sir, Dr. Ramzan Virani sir, Dr. Archana Mahakalkar madam, and Dr. Naveen Sharma sir on occasion of Wildlife Conservation Week 2021 from 2nd October 2021 onwards. So it's my pleasure to say that Gopikabai Sitaram Gawande Mahavidyalaya is one of the reputed college in Amaravati University, and the credit goes to our patrons. Honorable Ram Devarkar Sahib, President Yavatmal Jilla Akhil Kundi Samaj, and Honorable Dr. Y.M. Raut Sahib, Secretary Yavatmal Jilla Akhil Kundi Samaj. After the honor of our patron, I came toward our program. So today we have, as a president of this program, Honorable Dr. S.R. Vadrabade sir, Principal of GS Gawande College, Umarkhed, is expected to join us few minutes from. So, but it is known for us to have as a chief guest, Honorable Dr. Vinod Devarkar sir, Professor and Head, Shri C.S. College, Umarga, and today we have as a chairperson, Honorable Dr. D.V. Tade sir, Head Department of Zoology, GS Gawande College. I once again warm welcome to all of you. As we know, like forest, wildlife is also a national resource, which not only help in maintaining the ecological balance, but is also beneficial from economic, recreational, and aesthetic point of view. There was a time when human interference was minimum, and that time the number of wild animals was quite high, and there was no problem for their protection or conservation. But with the expansion of agriculture, settlement, industrial, and other developmental activities, and mainly due to greed of man, the number of wild animals gradually becomes lesser and lesser, with the result that several species of animals have become extinct and several others are on the verge of being so. The preservation of wildlife does not mean a blanket protection to all fauna and floral species. Rather, it implies a proper judicious control over the multiplication of plants and animals which interact together to provide a proper environment to man whose very existence is in peril today. So I think it's our urgent duty to protect the natural balance of ecosystem and to evolve the ecosystem of coexist with every living creature upon the earth. So that's why the Wildlife Week is annually celebrated across the India between 2nd to 8th October with an aim to protect and preserve the flora and fauna of India. So now, with that auspicious start of program, now may I request it to respected Dr. Tade sir, please do welcome to all today's guests and delivered introductory speech and also invite today's guest for their speech. Tade sir. आवाज नहीं येत आहे सर.
Hello, am I audible now?
Yes.
Welcome, sir, and thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
This is the last episode of Wildlife Week in our college. We have organized a number of programs in this week, and today we are going to conclude this function. On this occasion, it's my great pleasure to introduce today's resource person. Before that, I must say that uh, in our childhood, or we observe generally at our home, when guests come at the home, our children we teach how to salute the guest, how to welcome the guest, how to sit at the chair. How we formally teach our kids how to behave with the guest. But it's our unfortune that we never teach our kids how to behave with environment, how to behave with nature.
Yes.
And that's why the problems are created, number of problems are created regarding the environment in our country. In our country, we regard the river as a mother, but we on our side pollute all these rivers. In other countries, they do not take the river as a mother, but their rivers are clear. That means what we are learning from our auspicious book, religious book. Therefore, the problems are created, and therefore the time comes to celebrate the Wildlife Week. Because we have to tell, we have to awaken the people, we have to awaken the youth about the wildlife and the nature. And this Wildlife Week program is just a little bit attempt to create the awareness among the youth of my college, among the youth of the students. Dear friends, on this occasion, I don't want to become an obstacle between the Vinod Devarkar and you people. It's my great privilege to introduce Dr. Vinod Rao Devarkar. He is a professor and head, Department of Botany, Sri Chhatrapati Shivaji Science College, Umarga. He has completed PhD in the discipline of the ethnobotany. He has published the number of papers, more than 36 research papers in the national and international reputed journals. He has published 8 books, and 4 students have passed their PhD degree under his able guidance. He is the chief editor on the Planty Scientia, and he has worked and have been working on the number of journals board as editorial in the editorial board. He has completed 2 major projects. He has completed the 30 consultancy project, and he is a well-known plant economist, and he worked on the Madhughat project. It's my great pleasure to say that he is the research fellow of the NERI, and presently he is working on the ethnobotanical study. His research work is continuing on the research ethnobotanical study. Such eminent and far-sighted guest we get today, and on this occasion, therefore, I welcome wholeheartedly Dr. Vinod Devsarkar. Welcome, sir. I also may I please call upon Dr. Vinod Rao Devsarkar to share his experience on this occasion. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Am I audible to all?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's today. There is a great pleasure. Yesterday, Mr. Chede has called me regarding the chief guest of today's function. He has given the background that you are from this area, and sir, you must have to join this. I am remembering that when Dr. V.N. Kadam was there as a botanist lecturer. Since that period, I'm going to give lecture there at Gopika Sitaram Gawande College. Then sir became principal. After that also, many times we visited the college. And after retirement, it is a slight lag in between us. And in last few years, 4 to 5 years, that there is no lecture regarding botany or anything in the Gopika Sitaram Gawande. As I am native from the same place, this is my natural affinity to come to the college and interact with the people. Most of the people know me personally, and I am very much thankful to Mr. Sandeep Chede sir and the convener, coordinator of this particular week program, that is Dr. S.M. Chede sir and the Pratibha Mahatkar madam. Also, I am very much thankful to Mr. Kalyankar, Gorkhe, Ms. Pooja Shinde, Dr. Devarkar, Ms. Vivi Kadam, just she has introduced or started program, anchoring the program, and Mr. Tawfiq Sheikh. Let me thank the patron of your college, Honorable Ram Devarkar sir, who is president, Honorable Dr. Y.M. Raut sir, who is secretary there, Honorable Dr. S.R. Vadravade sir, who is acting as a principal, as a principal of the college, and all the staff members who are directly or indirectly involved in organizing this week, Wildlife Week. I am very much thankful to all the students, those are hearing me on this platform. And let me congratulate all of you that since last few days you are receiving a proper guidance from the eminent personalities related to wildlife activities or from the Department of Zoology. They have shared their knowledge for the sake of the conserving the nature itself. Actually, I am basically the botanist, and the study of wildlife, it is considered to be the study of animal related activities and so, but I don't think so, because wildlife is the wildlife which is intermingled with the animals and the plants, and it is the correlative activity among the plants and the animals. Because there is the specificity ecological conditions where we can find there is a typical area has the typical type of the organism. As we have already worked on the tiger project Melghat, my research was on the ethnobotanical survey of medicinal plant of the Kurku tribe. So I used to go there for the sake of collecting the data and related to the medicinal plants and all those things. So it is quite interesting to deal with the animals and the plants in the wild, because as we are living in the sophisticated houses, well-built houses, we have a very small kitchen garden at our place, very few plants, just like the roses and whatever the flower-bearing plants which are normally planted at our house. And on the basis of that, we calculate the forest or the wild in comparison with that. Because most of the children, they are just homesick. They are not going to the forest naturally. Only some PG students where the tours are necessary, those students are going to the wild, and they are enjoying the real face of the forest. But gradually what we find, day by day, even some restrictions are there, some wildlife acts are there. Because of that, we can't go freely in the forest nowadays. So in such situations, still we have to maintain the forest areas, because we know day by day we are losing our forest. If we compare our forest areas, even in the Maharashtra also, even in Maharashtra last 50 years till date, there is the reduction of about 40% of the forest areas. So this 40% reduction in the forest areas naturally goes for the increase in the civilization on those forest areas. naturally we are actually the encroaching the forest areas. Though we are the well civilized organization, well civilized the human, but animals are not of that type. And because of that, we must have to maintain the privacy, maintain the regionalism of those organisms also, because they also have the equal right to live in the forest or live on the earth. So, dear students, it is my great privilege to talk on this topic because, as we know, the ecosystem runs ecosystem runs on the basically the commensalism. There are the various factors which are dependent on the one another, and because of this dependency, we must have to care for each other. As we know, in ecology, we already studied the pyramids. But in those pyramids, must have to think about the every tier of that pyramid, from the base where we can say the producers to the tertiary consumers, like the only the we can say the wild animals, just like the tiger, which is on the top of the this particular pyramid. So when we consider that the complete ecosystem as a unit, we must have to think about the plants as well as on the animals, because the most of the animals, they are directly dependent on these primary producers. Those are considered as the plants. So, and because of that we are working on the plant. So plants has the great importance in the ecosystem. When we talk about the wildlife, generally all the funds, all the research projects are particularly focused on the wildlife. Those are moving wildlife, particularly animals. But what about the plants? Plants are also the basic part of that. They can't move, but because of that they can't move, they can spread their seeds with the help of animals. So this is the dependency of some of the plants, by which after eating the fruits of those plants, animals move, and with their fecal matter the seeds can be spreaded at the distance. So this is the basic phenomena, how they are interrelated to one another. So such type of the relations that we have to consider for the conservation of such type of the organisms. And because of this, the importance of this wildlife week is necessary. The importance is that because we must have to know about the wildlife relations among the society of the animals and the plants. Nowadays, there is quite importance is given for the conservation of the nature. As we know, there are various type of the protection areas has been growing day by day on the basis of the government acts. We know that some tiger conservation projects are there, crocodile parks are there, avian research centers are there. Likewise, there is the development in the plant protection also. As we know, the plants also becomes extinct. When we talk about the extinction of the plant since 2000 years, there is about 80% of the flora, regional flora, has the on the verge of extinction because of the encroachment or the human activities. There is the great change in the climate also because of the human activities. Means ultimately these humans are somewhere at the center where we can find the depletion or depletion of the ozone has been taken place, and because of that the temperature of the earth is increasing, and increasing temperature is dangerous to most of the organisms. And because of that, to maintain the temperature, we must have to cut off the many things, such like we can say the use of the CFC products. Nowadays, there is quite control over that. But still there is the industry which is still producing the carbon monoxide. So such type of the restrictions must be there. But at the same time, this industrialization is also necessary for our livelihood because it makes our life simpler. And because of that, we must have to focus on the other side. One side there is the development, and other side there is the growth and the developing or the conserving the nature. We must have to focus nowadays on the conservation of the nature, conservation of the wildlife, and conservation of the remaining things other than the industrial development. When we focus on such things, we find there is a quite good. In last few years, there is the huge project of the plantation. On the government level, it has been picked up, and we find that every Gram Panchayat has to plant at least 30,000 plants in a year. So this is quite a good decision where we can find, because every plant on the earth is the actual shelter for more than 20 microorganisms. This 20 microorganisms, if one plant dies, 20 microorganisms which are growing on that, depending on that, they also die. And we know the importance of the microorganisms. We just have, we are still facing the COVID, a simple virus. But this virus can be controlled. We don't know the drug today, but it can be the another microorganism that can control that. Just we find that penicillium. It is the most important antibiotic. Still, till date, we didn't get any antiviral agent, that promising antiviral agent through the plant. But coming future, we don't know which microorganism can be act as a killer for any virus. So we must have to protect such type of the plants, every plant, because every plant is a shelter for the 20 microorganisms. We have to protect those microorganisms, because those microorganisms will help us in the future, just like the penicillium. So that one penicillium, which is accidentally found during the Second War, and now it is the major drug to cure the wounds, septic wounds. So such type of the miracles can be happen with the help of the plant, and if we consider the relationship in between the plants and the animals. And that's why it is very much necessary to protect every organism. It may be animal or plant that can be preserved, conserved, and propagated. And because of this, we find we are humans are the social organism. Every organism has equal right to live on the earth. So this living on the earth is the everybody's right, and we have to give that right to everyone. So this consideration is necessary. And as you people has been organized such a interesting a seminar series on the topic that wildlife conservation and its benefits. So eminent people have been already told about the such things, that whatever the benefits of the wildlife conservation. But the interrelations should be maintained by the human with the other organisms. It may be animals or the plants. And because of maintaining these relations, we must have to thankful. At the same time, we must have to thankful to Mother Nature, as she is giving everything to us. What we are giving in return? In return, we are giving only the pains to Mother Nature. आपण दुसरं त्यांना काही देत नाही, आपण त्याला फक्त दुःख देतोय. एव्हरी टाइम वी आर किलिंग द ऑर्गॅनिझम्स, किलिंग द प्लांट्स फॉर द सेक ऑफ our shelter, our food, our growth. So in such cases, Mother Nature should not be more painful as she becomes angry. Whenever she becomes angry, we find that there are the floods, there are the earthquakes, there are the tsunamis. So let not the Mother Earth become angry. We must have to please her with the help of protecting their protecting their children's in the form of the organisms as well as in the plants. So at the time of developing ourselves, we must have to think about the conserving, saving the others' lives also. So saving other lives itself gives a pleasure to us, that we are also one of the organism on the earth, and we are helping other we are helping other organisms to live them on the earth with the peace. So during course of this week, you people might have been understand the importance of the wildlife as well as organisms. It may be plants and the animals. So I am very much thankful today. So Mr. Chede has called me on this occasion to interact with you people. So it is just introductory part, because as you people are already has been discussed on the many things about the wildlife. I am just concluding as a guest, and I am feeling very happy today that at the verge of this seminar, at the end of this particular series, I am as a chief guest here to interact with you people. I am very much thankful to all those organizers for inviting me. And I know that there are more than 100 participants which are uh, actually listening me. And most of the students, they maybe from my village, from Dhanki. And because of
Yes.
that, I am really happy to interact with those students. Those are from my village. I am also very much thankful to the principal of the college, head of the department of zoology, and all my colleagues. Those are friends are there. So thank you very much. Uh, Sandeep Chede has been just said me about the announcement of some names. Did you send that those names?
Sir, please check your WhatsApp.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
I'm
Thank you
checking
very
that.
much, sir. Uh,
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I
Uh,
100% agree to you, sir. Development and conservation, these two are the different things. We want to develop, but we not have right to destroy the shelter of animals. So it's
definitely.
our duty to develop with our environments.
Yes, yes,
So
definitely.
we have to protect tree because trees indirectly affect on animal lives. So it's
Like,
necessary to protect every living organism. Every organism have right to live on the earth. Definitely, I 100% agree. And all 100 students are participant. They all are agree. So may I request, sir, please announce today's
yes, yes,
today's quiz
definitely.
competition results.
Yes. It was a nice initiative that you people have taken in the form of the quiz. We are making more aware the students about the wildlife and its facts. So I am very much glad to
बोला
announce
सर.
the third name. May I announce now?
Yes, 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 sir. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. The third prize of this quiz is declared to Miss Ankita Vilas Suryavanshi. Let we clap at our locations, because on the we are virtual platform. So
Yes.
the third prize goes to Kumari Ankita Vilas Suryavanshi. Then second prize is declared to Miss Vaishnavi Ramesh Phating. Here there are classes and he is not mentioned, but still okay. And the
Okay.
first prize go to Kumari Manjusha Madhukar Gayakwar. So we all these three prize winners will get their prizes through account transfers, whatever mean they have been chosen. And I heartily congratulate all of them, that Kumari Ankita, Miss Ankita, Miss Vaishnavi, and Miss Manjusha. Both that all three prizes go to ladies. It is quite
Yes.
interesting thing.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
It's
and
very,
it is quite motivating to the all girl students.
yes.
Those are actually very sincere students. Thank you very much, and congratulations
Yes.
to all these three young ladies. Thank you.
थँक्यू सर. सर्व विजेत्यांचं अभिनंदन आणि त्यांनी आपल्या महाविद्यालयाच्या विभागाकडून तुमचं जे काही कॉन्टॅक्ट करून आमच्यासोबत तुमचं प्राइज तुम्ही घेऊन जाणे. सो थँक्यू सर. नाऊ मे आय वेलकम टू अवर प्रिन्सिपल. They join us now. So I welcome Dr. Yasar Vadravade sir, Principal of GS Gawande College, Umarkhed. And may I request to sir, please
Thank
give
you, ma'am. Thank you.
speech. Yes.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Honorable President of the Trust, Ram Devarkar ji, Honorable Secretary, Dr. Rao Sahib, the entire organizing team of this workshop, all resource person who deliberately uh, spare their time, valuable time for the for this event. Dr. Vinod ji Devarkar, today's resource person, all participating students across Amravati University. This is a very good initiative organized by Zoology Department of Gawande College. I congratulate all faculty members for successful organizing this valuable event. The valuable event because the role played by wildlife in maintaining the ecological balance of nature is undeniable. Any harm to the wildness can pose a threat to the entire ecosystem as we are experiencing nowadays. Thus, it is very crucial to preserve the flora and fauna or ecosystem in our region. Every year from 2nd October to 8th October, the nation observed the Wildlife Conservation Week to protect and preserve the country's ecosystem. I hope through this sorry, I hope through this workshop you have realized the importance of ecosystem, which plays a vital role in day-to-day life. Near to our college, we have Panganga Reserve Forest, Panganga Bird Sanctuary. Also, many reserve forests are located in Yatmal district. Through this platform, I appeal all students, let us identify and let us think how the knowledge of wildlife could be a career for you in coming days. With these words, I once again thanks all resource person, particularly Dr. Vinod Devarkar ji, and all faculty members of my zoology department for organizing this very informative as well as a relevant topic of today's life. Thank you once and all. Thank you. I congratulate the winners of this quiz competition also. I, I am unable to recall the name, but please accept our congratulations. Those who have won the prize in today's quiz competition. Thank you, one and all. Over to Vasudha madam.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. At the last day of Wildlife Conservation Week 2001, I must say that all creatures deserving a life from fear. If you like to shoot animals, do it with camera, not to gun. Our wildlife need our help. The life cycle of every species is intertwined Today, you are hunting them, and tomorrow, you are hunted. So we must take every measure to protect nature treasures. So the leaves in the wild are nature's greatest gift to us. So now may I request for the last task of this program, Miss Pranita Madam, for vote of thanks. Miss Pranita Mahatkar Ma'am, for vote of thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon to all.
Speaker.
To all. Okay. Good afternoon to all. Good afternoon to all. I deem it a great honor and privilege to vote of thanks for this special occasion. First of all, I would like to thank our principal, Dr. Vidrabodhi sir, for their unstained support for this function. I also thank respected chairperson and head of the department, Dr. Tade sir, for the support, for their support. I also thank Good afternoon to all. I deem it a great honor and privilege to propose vote of thanks on this special occasion. I would like to propose special thanks to the principal of this college, Dr. Vadrabade sir, for their unstained support for this function. I also say thank you for the today's function's chairperson and head of the department, Dr. Tade sir, for their valuable support. I also thank to our well-wisher chief guest, Dr. Devarkar sir, for his informative lecture. I thank all the honorable guests present on this virtual dais has found time to grace this occasion from their busy schedules. I also thank to our respected Devarkar sir, Dr. Chede sir, Kalyankar sir for their valuable contribution, guidance, and encouragement for us. I also thank my all colleagues and non-teaching staff. I also thank dear students for your cooperation in making this event successful. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, hereby I concluded this program with the permission of chief guest. Okay, sir? Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.